Have you ever wished that your eyes and memory could quietly heal while you sleep? Without medication, without long routines, just by eating something small and natural before bed? Imagine this. You enjoy a tiny bowl of delicious dry fruits in the evening, and while you rest, your eyes become more refreshed, your mind clearer, and you wake up feeling sharper than you did the day before. It sounds magical, but it's actually deeply rooted in science and long-standing food wisdom from around the world. As we age, our body's natural repair system slows down. The tiny capillaries behind our eyes don't circulate blood as efficiently. The cells that protect the retina become more vulnerable, and the brain starts processing information more slowly. Yet, studies consistently show that the nutrients in certain fruits, when taken at the right time, can reverse much of that decline. Nighttime, especially just before bed, is when your body is in restore mode. This is when antioxidants are absorbed more effectively, and when brain cells rebuild their protective membranes. That's why today's video is so important. You'll discover 3 powerful yet simple dry fruits that work while you sleep to sharpen your vision and strengthen your memory. They aren't the usual almonds or walnuts everyone talks about. These are slightly different, often overlooked by most people, but incredibly effective for older adults. Before we go further, if you're new here, please subscribe to Senior Health Today, where we share weekly videos on how to protect your eyes and brain naturally after 50. Every tip here is backed by traditional wisdom, medical insight, and practical experience. So go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe now, so you don't miss the next helpful video. Let's begin with the first dry fruit, one that's tart, colorful, and surprisingly powerful for the eyes: dried cranberries. You've probably seen them sprinkled on salads or mixed in cereals, but very few people realize how healing they can be for aging eyes and the mind. Dried cranberries are rich in anthocyanins, quercetin, and vitamin C, 3 compounds that directly support blood vessel health. For your eyes, that means stronger capillaries in the retina, better nutrient delivery, and lower oxidative damage from blue light or UV exposure. Eye doctors often emphasize that age-related vision loss begins with microinflammation, small, invisible damage that builds up over time. Cranberries contain plant pigments that reduce that inflammation naturally. In one small clinical study published in the Journal of Food Science and Nutrition, people who consumed cranberry extract daily showed improved ocular blood flow within a few weeks. Better circulation equals better vision. And there's another benefit. Cranberries help flush toxins from the bloodstream and stabilize blood sugar. When your glucose levels remain stable overnight, your optic nerve receives a steady energy supply, preventing morning eye strain and blurriness. For seniors with diabetes or pre-diabetes, that can make a major difference in eye comfort. Here's a simple bedtime trick. Take about 1 tablespoon of dried, unsweetened cranberries, the low-sugar kind, and soak them in a little warm water for 10 minutes. This softens them and activates their polyphenols. Eat them slowly after dinner or just before bedtime. The tart flavor stimulates saliva and digestion, helping nutrients absorb more efficiently. Many seniors who follow this habit notice their eyes feeling less gritty or tired in the mornings. Now let's move to the second dry fruit, one that's sweet, aromatic, and rarely discussed for eye and brain health: dried peaches. In traditional European medicine, peaches were considered the fruit of calm. They contain natural vitamin A, niacin, and potassium. But what makes the dried version particularly powerful is its beta-cryptoxanthin content, a lesser-known carotenoid that protects the retina from oxidative stress. When you eat dried peaches before bed, their mild natural sugars help transport tryptophan to your brain, enhancing the release of serotonin and melatonin. These are the very hormones responsible for calm sleep and brain restoration. While you're asleep, the body converts those carotenoids into active retinoids, compounds that directly nourish the eyes, macula, and improve low-light vision. A study from the University of Rome found that participants who consumed carotenoid-rich fruits like peaches showed a slower rate of cognitive decline over 5 years, compared to those who didn't. That means your bedtime snack doesn't just satisfy a sweet craving. It's actually preserving your memory and focus. There's a personal story I often share. A retired librarian in her late 60s once told me she replaced her usual cookie snack with 2 dried peaches each night. Within a month, she noticed her eyes didn't feel as strained during her evening reading sessions. She also began sleeping more soundly. When she told her doctor, he explained that the fruit's combination of vitamin A and magnesium likely relaxed her nervous system and supported her visual pigments. Sometimes healing truly comes from the simplest foods. If you decide to try dried peaches, choose the unsulfured kind. They look darker but contain no preservatives that can irritate the eyes. Have 1 or 2 pieces about 30 minutes before bed, perhaps alongside a warm herbal tea. The natural sweetness satisfies nighttime hunger without spiking blood sugar, and over time, it can subtly brighten your overall eye tone and reduce under-eye puffiness as your circulation improves. We've now covered cranberries and peaches. One sharpens, the other soothes. But the third dry fruit we'll talk about soon works on a completely different level. It's light, crunchy, and often mistaken for a snack food, yet it's actually a traditional tonic for both the eyes and the brain. Before we reveal it, though, if you're enjoying this information, please remember to subscribe, leave a quick comment like, "I'm watching for my eye health," and share this video with a friend. Your support helps this community grow and helps more people learn natural ways to care for their eyes after 50. Now, the final dry fruit in this nighttime trio is something many people in Asia and the Mediterranean have used for centuries, but few in the West know its value. It's dried lotus seeds, also known as macana. These small white puffs are low in calories, high in magnesium, and rich in camphorol, a flavonoid that protects both the retina and the brain from aging. But their real magic lies in how they support restful sleep, or as they're often called in South Asia, macana. Lotus seeds might look simple, small, round, and light as air, but they are packed with nutrients that aging eyes and brains desperately need. Traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic texts describe lotus seeds as a cooling and strengthening food, capable of calming the mind, improving focus, and rejuvenating the eyes from within. Modern science now supports this. Lotus seeds contain camphorol, a natural antioxidant that reduces inflammation in delicate tissues like the retina and the brain's hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and learning. As we age, our brain cells become more sensitive to oxidative stress, the same kind of wear and tear that causes rust on metal. Camphorol acts like a gentle shield, protecting neurons from damage while promoting new cell connections. For the eyes, this means sharper focus and better coordination between the optic nerve and brain processing centers. In one 2021 study published in Nutrients Journal, camphorol was shown to enhance memory recall and protect against age-related cognitive decline. But what truly makes lotus seeds powerful for nighttime is their ability to help your body enter deeper, more restorative sleep. They're naturally rich in magnesium, tryptophan, and certain amino acids that support the production of melatonin, your sleep hormone. If you've ever struggled with waking up at night or feeling unrested in the morning, macana can help regulate that. As your sleep quality improves, so does your body's ability to repair the retina and nerve tissues that control vision. One of the most interesting effects of lotus seeds is their influence on the eye's microcirculation. When you consume a small handful before bed, especially lightly roasted or soaked, they help reduce oxidative pressure inside the capillaries that feed your retina. This lowers your risk of eye strain and blurriness, especially for those who spend long hours reading or using digital devices. There's an old story from India about scholars who studied late into the night, eating roasted macana with a bit of warm milk. They believed it gave them clarity of thought and sharper sight. Today, that practice makes sense scientifically. The combination of calcium and magnesium from the seeds, plus the natural fat from milk, enhances nutrient absorption and stabilizes nerve function overnight. If you want to try it, here's a simple bedtime recipe. Take a small handful, about 10 to 12 pieces, of dried lotus seeds. Roast them gently in a dry pan for 2 minutes until they turn slightly crisp, and eat them warm about an hour before bed. You can sprinkle a pinch of cinnamon or turmeric powder on top for added antioxidant benefit. Within a week, you may start noticing calmer sleep and less eye fatigue. Now, When you combine lotus seeds with cranberries and dried peaches, you're creating a powerful synergy. Each of these fruits targets a different part of the repair process. Cranberries cleanse and protect the tiny eye vessels. Peaches nourish the retina and calm the nervous system. And lotus seeds rebuild and rejuvenate at the cellular level. Together, they form what I like to call the night vision trio. Let's understand how they work together inside your body while you sleep. The first phase of your sleep cycle is repair mode. During this stage, antioxidants from cranberries neutralize free radicals that have accumulated in your eyes throughout the day, from sunlight, screens, and environmental stress. This reduces strain and irritation. The next phase, restoration mode, begins about 2 hours into sleep. Here, the beta-carotene from peaches and the magnesium from lotus seeds come into play. They help rebuild the thin membranes in the retina that detect light. These membranes are responsible for converting light into electrical signals your brain interprets as sight. When they're strong and healthy, your night vision improves, and your eyes feel less dry in the morning. Finally, in memory consolidation mode, which happens toward the end of your sleep, the nutrients from all three fruits assist your brain in sorting and storing information. The anthocyanins from cranberries protect neurons from oxidative damage, while the amino acids in lotus seeds strengthen synaptic connections, essentially helping your brain rewire itself for better recall and sharper focus. The next day, this entire process happens quietly and naturally. No harsh supplements, no side effects, just nourishment timed to your body's natural rhythm. It's important to understand that consistency is key. You might not notice a change overnight, but after 2 to 3 weeks of regular use, you may feel subtle but powerful differences. Clearer vision in the morning, steadier focus during the day, and a calmer, more restful sleep cycle. For some people, the difference is noticeable within 10 days. For others, it may take a month. But the improvement always comes when you give your body what it truly needs. Here's a real-life story that beautifully illustrates this. A retired music teacher from Florida shared that she started eating a small mix of these 3 dry fruits before bed every night. At first, she noticed only better sleep. But by the second month, she realized her reading glasses weren't as necessary for close work. Her optometrist confirmed a slight improvement in her eye pressure and blood flow. "It's amazing," she said. "I didn't expect food to do what my vitamins couldn't." That's the quiet power of natural nutrition when it's done, consistently and at the right time. Another point worth noting is how these foods help the brain's glymphatic system, the body's nighttime cleansing network that flushes out toxins from the brain. When your sleep is supported by magnesium-rich foods like lotus seeds, that system works more efficiently. It removes metabolic waste that would otherwise cause mental fog, sluggishness, or memory issues the next day. The best part? You don't need much. Just a tablespoon of cranberries, 2 dried peach slices, and about 10 lotus seeds are enough. Think of it as a nighttime eye and brain supplement in food form. You can prepare small jars with pre-measured portions so it's easy to stick to the habit. Before we move into the final part of this series, where I'll show you how to combine these 3 fruits into one simple bedtime mix, and explain how timing, hydration, and certain herbal teas can triple their effect. Take a moment to remind yourself, your body is always ready to heal. No matter your age, if you nourish it gently and consistently, it will respond. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Senior Health Today and click the bell icon. That way you'll get notified as soon as part 3 is released. It's the final and most practical part. We'll create a complete nightly routine to protect your vision, calm your nerves, and keep your memory strong naturally. You learned how dried cranberries, dried peaches, and lotus seeds each bring their own unique benefits for your eyes and brain, cleansing, nourishing, and rebuilding while you sleep. Now let's put everything together into one powerful nightly routine that transforms these 3 dry fruits into what I like to call your nighttime vision and memory blend. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated regimens. What your body truly needs at night is balance. Gentle sugars for steady energy, antioxidants for repair, and minerals for calm sleep. The 3 dry fruits we've discussed work together perfectly to deliver that balance. Here's how to combine them the right way. Take 1 tablespoon of unsweetened dried cranberries, 2 slices of natural dried peaches, and about 10 lotus seeds. If you can, choose organic or unsulfured versions. These have no preservatives, which keeps the nutrients intact. About an hour before bedtime, place them in a small bowl of warm water and let them soak for 10 to 15 minutes. This step may seem simple, but it's important. Soaking softens the fruits, helps release natural enzymes, and makes the nutrients easier to absorb. After soaking, you can eat them as is, soft, sweet, and slightly chewy. Or mix them with a little warm milk or a spoon of yogurt if you prefer something more soothing. Try to have them at least 30 minutes before you lie down to sleep. This gives your body time to begin digesting the natural sugars gently and release their vitamins and minerals into the bloodstream. Now, let's talk about what happens next, because the science behind this ritual is fascinating. Within the first 2 hours of sleep, your body enters its deep repair stage. The anthocyanins from the cranberries start strengthening the delicate blood vessels in your eyes. These compounds improve microcirculation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your retina and optic nerve. That's the same area responsible for sharp, clear vision and color perception. People who consistently eat antioxidant-rich fruits like cranberries have been found to have lower rates of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. Meanwhile, the natural carotenoids from the dried peaches begin supporting your retina's light-sensitive cells. These nutrients are fat-soluble, so pairing them with a small amount of milk or nuts enhances absorption. Your body uses them to rebuild the photoreceptors that help you see clearly in dim light. If you've noticed your night vision isn't what it used to be, this repair phase is when those cells get the nutrients they need to restore themselves. Then, as you move into deeper sleep, the magnesium, calcium, and amino acids from the lotus seeds begin to calm your nervous system. They support melatonin production, ensuring you stay asleep long enough for the healing process to complete. At the same time, these nutrients feed the glymphatic system, which flushes waste from your brain. Think of it as an overnight cleaning service that clears away toxins, so your mind wakes up refreshed and sharp. Over time, this simple combination can produce noticeable results. Many older adults who adopt this bedtime mix report clearer morning vision, fewer eye floaters, and more energy upon waking. They also say their memory feels steadier, not necessarily because they're memorizing faster, but because their recall feels easier and more natural. That's a sign that both your brain and your eyes are functioning in sync again. Let's make this practical with a weekly plan. For the first 3 days, start with small portions. Half a tablespoon of cranberries, 1 dried peach slice, and 5 lotus seeds. Observe how your body feels. If your digestion feels good and your sleep deepens, move to the full portion. It's always better to let your system adjust gently. By the end of the first week, you'll likely start noticing more restful sleep and slightly clearer vision in the morning. In week 2, your energy during the day may feel steadier. The magnesium and antioxidants start replenishing your body's cellular reserves. It's like refilling a battery that's been drained over years of stress, poor diet, and long screen exposure. Your eyes, in particular, will benefit because the tiny muscles around them are constantly active, even when you don't realize it. Those muscles need oxygen, minerals, and hydration to stay strong, and your nightly mix helps supply all three. By the end of the first month, many people notice tangible improvements. Reading under low light becomes easier, eyes feel less dry or irritated, and the need for artificial tears may reduce. You may also find that your ability to focus and retain information improves. This happens because better circulation and nutrient delivery to the brain help neurotransmitters function more efficiently. Essentially, you're feeding your brain the building blocks it needs to work at full strength again. Now, you might be wondering, what should you avoid eating at night if you want these dry fruits to work their best? It's a great question. Try to minimize heavy, greasy dinners or sugary desserts close to bedtime. Those foods compete for digestion and slow nutrient absorption. Instead, have a light dinner, maybe soup, steamed vegetables, or whole grains. And then enjoy your dry fruit mix as your final, gentle treat of the day. Drink a little warm water or herbal tea afterward to help your body circulate nutrients smoothly. Here's a bonus tip. If your eyes often feel tired from reading or using screens, Try pairing this nighttime mix with a simple relaxation practice. Sit quietly for 2 minutes before bed, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Visualize warm light entering your eyes and spreading through your body. This simple exercise boosts oxygen flow and helps the nutrients from your bedtime fruits work even better. Now remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's a slow, steady nourishment routine that gives your body what it needs to heal naturally. Think of it as feeding your inner health garden. Each night you follow this habit, you're watering that garden. Over time, the results bloom. Clearer eyes, sharper mind, calmer sleep. Let me share one final story. A gentleman in his early 70s from California wrote to me after following this nightly mix for 6 weeks. He said, "I didn't just see a difference in my eyes, I felt it. I stopped waking up groggy. My vision felt more comfortable. Even my memory for names and numbers improved." When he went for his next eye checkup, his doctor told him his retinal blood flow had improved, something food alone had accomplished. That's the quiet power of nature. Gentle, steady, and real. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, take a small bowl, add your cranberries, peaches, and lotus seeds, and remind yourself, every bite is a message to your body saying, "Heal." Thank you so much for watching Senior Health today. If this video inspired you, please subscribe, like, and share it with someone you care about.